So, last we left off with the wild roses, we had a bunch of lovely conversations. Toby went out into the woods with the archdruidess, who not only gave him a bit of comfort in regards to his lycanthropy, but she actually also has heard of were owl bears before. And she explained that according to the lore of the tribe, there is an original owl bear out there somewhere created by Baba Yaga, who's trapped and creates were owl bears is an effort to try to escape, at least mentally. Upon returning back, Lish also decided to have a conversation with the archdruidess, and she gave him a tuning fork attuned to the material plane that he cannot use yet, but may or may not be helpful in the future. He's very happy about the existence of this fork. Then Lish and Demir went to talk to Offsey to hear some childhood stories about Tobias. And as you guys settled in for the evening, intending to take off in the morning to head towards the tundra to the north, where Eirran supposes his people might be. Eirran had a dream in which he found himself in the very temple that you guys find yourselves in now, speaking to a couple of people, one of whom looks somewhat familiar, one of whom was a stranger. And for the rest of you, the night passes uneventfully. You all awaken in the morning, well rested, and that is where we find ourselves now.
Oh, I was muted. Okay. So, I don't believe we'd sorted it out previously. So what does the sleeping arrangement look like right now?
Demir and Lish are in her tent. I don't know if Toby joined them, but
Tobias, I believe, would have joined them.
So there are 3 people in a 2-person tent. It's very cozy.
Nice. We love to see it.
Cuddles.
I mean, Levy probably found another tree to sleep under.
That's fun. Was Levy sticking with Eirran all day?
I mean, probably. She might have been like... Yeah, no, probably.
All right. In that case, yeah, okay. In that case, I'd imagine he'd continue sticking with her as they set up camp, and he's probably sleeping pretty near her. Okay.
Oh, she doesn't mind.
Aw. So, Celestial sounds like singing, right? Great. So Eirran wakes up, crack of dawn, and emits the loudest and highest note you have ever heard.
pencil note. Oh my god. I've only heard about it in folk tales.
Man, I hope Hawk doesn't have glass eyes.
Oh, we established you don't even have eyes.
Yes, Levy was very, very kind as to point that out. I guess if Levy ended up sleeping near Eirran since they were buddying around all day, she's going to jolt awake.
Really? I wonder why.
And turn to him and be like, what? Like, she's gonna stumble over her words and she can't just seem to decide between what was that for and are you okay? So what you okay, probably.
He is like sitting upright, and he's just ranting in Celestial. I don't think he's gonna respond to you.
She's very concerned and hoping that somebody else will come too because she's looking around like, what do I do?
I imagine that since you said it was the loudest and highest pitch sound or note in Celestial, and because of how the temple is, it would echo pretty hard. Then Tobias is fucking coming out of the tent, bow drawn, just being like, "Who's attacking?"
Yeah, several of the Oak Father's children kind of wake up too and like look around like, what the fuck was that?
And I guess he's looking around and stuff. He sees Eirran and Levy, awake and stuff, and he just like looks at them, questioning, like, it's like, what's happening?
Levy's gonna kind of point at Eirran and be like, like she's like, bad dream, like
Eirran is now like holding his head and kind of riling.
I'm gonna stick my little head out underneath Tobias's arm, like get a look at what's going on.
Demir is under Toby's other arm, like.
Tobias is full out of the tent. He has his bow drawn.
Clown car tent.
I guess for lack of assistance.
Well, I was gonna say, when Lee makes the motions and like points to Eirran and he sees Eirran clutching his head and riling, Tobias is gonna drop his bow and the arrow that he had pulled from his quiver and stuff and go over to Eirran kneeling in front of him like, Eirran, are you alright? Can you hear me?
He's like gonna look over at you. I mean, yeah, like you're having a conversation and then like walks over and you're like, hi, kinda busy here, and probably won't react, but he's definitely seen you.
Are you able to speak?
He's gonna look at Toby and like stand up and like walk back a pace or two.
At that, Levy's also going to stand up, but she's gonna move slow and she's gonna try and make him aware of her presence gently and kind of just be like, Eirran is being here too much right now? Do we need to go into the woods for a minute? You're not going alone, but we can go away.
He will, with that, and look at you, and then to Toby, and then back and forth a few times, and say, "Yeah, yes, let's leave." And he's going to kneel down and grab his bedroll, and then just start marching off.
Are you grabbing all of your supplies or just your bedroll?
He's gonna grab as much of his stuff as he can grab in one arm load, but he is not like packing or anything.
Okay.
I imagine it wouldn't be that hard to take all his stuff because I imagine Eirran, the only things that would be out would be his bedroll, his axe, and then he would have his bag.
Yeah, pretty much. The rest of it would probably be in your satchel or whatever you carry your stuff in.
Yeah, you know, that thing that definitely exists. All right, yeah. So he's just got a terrifying pile. There's an axe in it. Don't worry about it.
Precarious.
It's fine. It's fine. It's all fine.
Tobias is gonna quickly grab his bow and the discarded arrow, put it back in his quiver, and then follow Eirran into the woods.
Levy's gonna leave like her bedroll, like her bed stuff, but she's gonna like put her bag over her shoulder and follow.
I think Lish is gonna turn into a wolf and go with you guys. Give Demir a little peck on the cheek and like.
Yeah, when they start like packing up their stuff and like heading into the woods, Demir's just going to turn to Lish like, "Do you know anything about this?"
Not the faintest, but it seems so familiar. Like flashbacks to the last screaming, crying, throwing up.
Yeah. Okay.
But he's just like, can stay here, or
I don't imagine I'm welcome.
Licious is like, his face seems to say, does that matter?
Okay. Demir will very stumblingly kind of climb out of the tent. Like, she's not even putting on her normal clothes. Like, she's just wearing the robe she wore to sleep in. Gonna shuffle over to where they're going.
Lish will turn into a wolf for her to hang off of. And Lish is gonna kind of pad a little bit behind the rest of the group, but staying closer than not. Especially if they're going into the woods.
Hey, where's Hawk?
He's just sort of. I don't know what to say because Eirran's already headed out, and I'm still too sleepy to think almost, but
Feel that.
Does he follow behind everybody else? Is this a party?
don't
Parade!
know. Are Demir and Lish also tailing after the group that headed out?
Mm-hmm, but not.
They are, but like Demir hasn't packed up anything. Like, she's still in her sleeping outfit.
Like, where do you think we're going?
Away!
I'm going to drag you back to camp by the scruff of your neck. Bet.
Levy will help. She only said suggested they go away for like a minute to like chill out.
Yeah,
is
I guess
not what Eirran got out of
upon
that.
seeing Tobias and Levy, like I'm assuming Tobias went with you guys, right?
Yes, Tobias picked up his bow and the arrow that he had set on the ground and went after Eirran.
Okay. So like after seeing two people leave there, he's like, okay, they've probably got this handled. But then Delish and Demir go, and he's just mentally like, well, I guess I shouldn't stay behind, huh? So
You don't
he
have
just like
to.
sort of looks up from his typical like deactivated state against a tree and starts moving.
Wolves could eyebrow wiggle at Hawk.
I mean, wolves do still have brows, just not eyebrows.
Eyebrow wiggle.
He doesn't know what that means, but he's still going to follow.
It means whatever you want it to mean. That's the beauty of it being vague.
It means whatever.
Oh, Lish, I can't believe you felt that way about Hawk. Wow. You said it could believe whatever.
Would love to see Hawk's reaction to that.
Felix just losing their shit in the bottom right for me. It's okay. All right. So yeah, he's following. Eirran's got a full party support team now.
Awesome. Yeah, and he's just an object in motion. Gonna continue just walking unless acted upon by an outside force. And he's still probably pretty loud, just ranting in Celestial.
After a few minutes, Levy's definitely going to like they're gonna get to like some kind of small opening in the trees or something, and she's just going to like jog to catch up with him, because I'm assuming he's like stomping off at a steady clip, and she's just gonna gently but firmly take a hold of his arm and say, Eirran, I think this is far enough. Can you tell us what's going on?
We're still so close.
Not really. You have all of us with you? She's gonna gesture.
He's going to turn around and just realize that like Lish and Demir and Doc are there and be like, that's good.
What happened?
And he's gonna do Celestial for a few lines and then say, I had a you know those dreams that some of us have been having.
Yes.
And then from here on out, just assume every sentence is interspersed with about 4 in Celestial. Well, I had one last night, and I don't think that back there is really a safe place for us anymore, and we need to leave as soon as we can. I'm ready to go now. I have all my stuff.
What happened in your dream? Were we attacked?
And he, as opposed to just talking, screams for a second and says, yes. And if you want, you can insight check that.
I am insight checking that so goddamn hard.
Yeah. Oh, that's a natural 20. For a total of 24.
I got a 22.
Damn. All right. Yeah, that right there was a big fat lie.
Okay.
Give him a little more than that. That's a natural 20.
He Aaron right now would say anything he needed to get you all to leave.
I'm convinced.
Demir just kind of looks at him a little bit, like eyes narrow for a minute, and just, all right. Care to elaborate a little bit more? Should we be letting the others know?
Aaron's face goes white at that. I she would probably like to know that Toby is gone now. Probably, right?
Presumably.
Wait, can you repeat that? Is that him saying it, or is he looking to see if Tobias is gone?
I think that's probably a statement. I think he's still talking to Demir at this point. Like, yeah, Toby's dad probably wants to know where he's going. Probably.
Presumably.
And then he's gonna whip over to Toby and say, do you want to go take care of that?
I already told my father where I'm going. You're not getting out of this conversation, Eirran.
Lish in wolf-ish to Demir's like, he can't be serious. We're surrounded by people at the camp.
I don't think he is.
Lish and Demir kind of coming a bit closer to Eirran in the susmobile.
Well, if anyone else has something they need to do, and he'll turn to Levy probably, and convincingly like, I can wait here for you.
Lish is going to like go up to Eirran and like stick his big wolf face like up towards your chest and just be like, what did you see? But it's like, rawr, rawr.
Yeah,
And Levy's gonna kind of back him up unknowingly because obviously she doesn't speak well, but she's going to, she's in full like older sibling mode. She's just gonna be like, Eirran, all of our stuff is back there, granted, but we're not leaving until we know that you're not compromised. She
What did
like
you see,
it comes out more
Eirran?
like a question, like she's not sure if that's the word to use, but she's gonna say, we can't help you if you don't tell us what's going on. You have to talk to us.
When Lish came over, Aelin's gonna have leaned down and kind of like crossed his arms over him, and he'll be like scratching him. And in Sleepy gonna be like, oh, yeah, you don't be about me. Nothing nothing happened. Really, I guess.
Lish is gonna
That's the thing
growl
with
at you.
dreams.
He's gonna just growl at you like liar. And you know, even though he's a wolf, he's calling you a liar.
Like,
Levy's gonna kind of clear her throat and say, Eirran, everybody here knows that that's a load of shit. Start talking. She's had it.
Tell us what you saw, Eirran.
Yes, we were attacked, and it was not a threat that we were capable of dealing with, as we are now, and we don't know what the dreams mean, and I would like to get out of here before it comes true.
Eirran,
Do I need to roll another insight check on that?
Thank you.
No, you don't.
Excellent.
Lies, lies, lies.
it's pretty clear at this point that like the rest of the party has been tipped off that Eirran is lying.
Except,
Yeah.
He's not a very good liar. Eirran,
Yeah.
I love you, but you're not.
really isn't.
Tobias cuts in and says, Eirran, were we actually there with you in the dream?
He flinches when Toby starts talking, and he's gonna say, as I mean, not really, I guess, but it felt like that. Question mark, question mark, question mark.
So we weren't actually there.
And then he's going to sing, actually, with the cadence of Celestial. Everyone I love was in danger.
Tobias kind of flinches back at the loud sound because I assume it's very high pitched.
Yes.
And kind of
for
covered
sure.
his ears briefly. He's like, I can't understand you when you're screaming like that.
And he's gonna scream in Celestial and then say in normal volume common, sorry.
I just want to say that's like half my job. I can't understand you when you're screaming.
That's valid.
Eirran, yes or no question. Did you see us there with you? Just yes or no.
No. But there is.
You may recall that in your dream, you weren't even you.
Yep.
The temple did not look as it looks now. looks like as it did a long time ago.
This is all Eirran stuff. No,
Well,
but the danger, there's danger back there, and I have no reason to think it wouldn't still
Eirran,
be there. That's a
Eirran,
safe place for us to. Yeah.
did you see the temple in your dream?
Yes,
Was it the
it's
same
something.
temple? Yes or no? Did the temple look like it does now?
It was the same temple.
Insight check.
Roll an insight check.
Focus inside on my list. There it is. 18.
I actually got a natural 20.
Fuck.
So the statement that Eirran just made is a true statement. It
As
was,
far
in
as
fact,
far as
the
you can
same
tell,
temple.
he's telling the truth about that.
Let's see. What did you see exactly that you deemed was dangerous? Was it a monster? Was it a natural disaster? Was it assailants?
It it was it was a dream, and in the way that dreams are, you know, I don't know what it was, but I knew for certain that there is danger there, horrible danger, and that there would be no way to stop it.
Can I insight check that?
Go for it.
Assume that you're insight checking everything out of this man's mouth.
You really should be.
Fuck.
Mir's just gonna hold on to her natural 20 insight the whole time.
Nice. Yeah.
That's a
There's-
3 on Toby's end.
Oh no. Yeah.
So-
He definitely, for Eirran, definitely knows something specific that he is not covering in this briefing. And yeah, for Toby, he felt a bad feeling and is freaking out about it.
So all that we've gotten from the stream from you so far is that none of us were there. It was at the temple, and there was just some sort of danger. Did anything bad happen in the dream, or did you just experience a feeling, or?
Anything bad happen, he's going to flinch back again. And I think that, oh wow, okay. And he's going to say, everyone, you were right. I was in the temple, and everyone outside of the temple was dead, and none of you were in the temple. And Demir, that is the most true statement he's made so far.
Yeah, I think Levy's gonna inside check that one too.
Go for it. You call this episode Game of Insight Checks.
Oh boy.
Riddleless this motherfucker.
Well, you know, when one of the party members is lying through their teeth.
I just realized that Hawk could make a Hawk statement trademark that would completely expose Eirran, but I'm not going to do it because this is more fun.
Oh, but then Hawk could
alright.
be Hawk, and it would be great.
I mean,
love Hawk.
yes, but I don't want to ruin the moment.
You're a part of the moment.
I
Hold on,
know,
only
but
one.
listen, Eirran may be a lying little shit right now, but
Only
we're
right
having
now.
fun.
Only.
Usually he's just a little shit. The lying isn't.
No, usually he's a medium-sized shit who doesn't lie.
He lies a lot.
Or at least,
though.
yeah. Anyways, that's a total of
Yeah.
21.
Nice. Yeah, okay.
Razor sharp sister wit. Let's go.
Yeah, it's her sharp older sister wit.
Y'all can still feel the like the edge of the thing he's walking around just by him avoiding it. That's kind of, tracing an outline. But this statement is pretty close to the truth.
It's close to the truth,
To-
but it's not the
well-
full truth.
It's close to true, let me say. That's an important distinction.
Gotcha. He's being vague on purpose,
Yes.
basically, is what she's getting here.
Erin,
Yeah.
Tobias's father and his clan are in the temple. So, if you had a vision about the future, we should probably know the conditions under which we should give them a warning.
Okay.
I do
Perfect. That's enough.
Being specific, because again, if we don't know what's going on, if we don't know what to expect, we can't help you.
Eirran flinches back again, and I've been rolling saves each time for whether or not he drops his stuff, and I just got a natural 1. So I'm gonna say that not only does he drop his stuff, but he actively hits himself with his battle axe.
Good job, Eirran. You did it.
Lish is gonna kind of like
roll
jump back.
damage.
Lish is kind of jumping back from Eirran, just like as all this
You're-
stuff kind
You're
of
gonna,
clatters.
if you've decided you're gonna hit yourself with your battle axe, roll damage.
Thank you. Yeah, he drops all his stuff. And
The
his-
medieval version of shooting yourself in the foot.
Yeah, and his battle axe just kind of rakes across his leg and slams down, and that's 7 damage.
Okay.
Christ.
Demir is going to get off Lish's back and go over to Erin and put her hand on his arm and say, Erin, I suggest that you tell us the entire story, and I am casting suggestion on you. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh,
Oh,
things are getting real.
Demir uses her mind control powers for good.
Ooh, that's a 12.
You failed.
Nice.
So my suggestion is that you tell us the whole story, the entire story, your dream as you saw it, No.
All right. Let's see. One sec. Aaron's perception of things is interesting. Okay. It was a message from Erald. Back
Arild.
at Arald.
Mhm.
Arald. It was a message from Arald a long time ago, when Arald was alive. The Toby's people, the clan, attacked. And he was barely able to keep them off. He needed to get assistance, in fact. And I cannot think of any reason I would have been shown this if not to be told that the clan is still not to be trusted and that we need to get out of here as soon as we can because we are in danger. And does he like, I guess, yeah, is that close enough to the truth? And does he like wake out of that having given that account?
Well, okay. So I will let the DM make a ruling on this. The spell suggestion says that you can specify conditions that will trigger a special activity for the duration. So in this case, I wanted him to tell us the whole dream as he experienced it. Would that trigger the completion of the spell? Which would it's finishing the task that he was asked to do.
You only
Or
get one suggestion, I think. Or
yeah,
can you
Yeah,
make
you only get the one suggestion, so that was
I only
that.
get the one suggestion. Yeah.
And I believe that he's aware that you cast a spell on him once the spell ends, if I'm
Yep.
remembering correctly.
It doesn't say anything about that actually.
Or maybe I'm just thinking of Friends.
Yeah,
Friends definitely
you
does that,
suggest a
yeah.
course of activity and magically influence a creature you can see within range.
I mean, I think
Creatures.
everybody just saw you cast a spell. I mean,
Oh yeah, like they definitely saw her cast. Like I don't. At least the way that I see it is that like when Demir casts suggestion, she gets the like charm flash that she does.
Mhm.
So
That's
like it's
valid,
clear
that's
that
valid.
she casts some sort of charm on him, but it doesn't say anything about the creature realizing that the spell happened.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
I'll tell you what, Eirran, make a just regular wisdom check.
All right. That is a 19.
Okay, so you saw her cast the spell. You can do what you will with that information.
And yeah, he's gonna finish that and be like, is that everything you needed to know?
That is good enough.
And his eyes are real bright right now.
She just kind of holds your gaze for a minute or two, like not flinching away or anything like that. And she's going to turn back to the group and just be like, well, do you think that the clan is so untrustworthy that we should leave right now?
Let's consider the fact that we don't actually know who or what has been sending each of us one by one these dreams. And while I respect Eirran's intuition that it was his ancestor, I honestly wouldn't bet on it because we've all been getting one by one these dreams, and they haven't always been
They seem
I
to
mean, we
imply-
avoided mine, and you and she's going to point to Demir. You and Toby's weren't premonitions about. Well, I mean, the danger in them wasn't accurate.
It was more so premonitions about people that we would eventually meet rather than premonitions of events like yours was. And Toby refers to Levy.
The dreams have seemed to imply danger where perhaps there is none.
Something
But-
wants us to not trust potential allies.
And
I want to ask a clarifying question real quick, out of character. When Eirran recounted his dream, did he? I know it stated that it was a message from Errol. Did Eirran like state or like make it clear that he was viewing this from Errol's perspective?
He has not made that clear yet. No. And at that, he is going to throw up his arms and kind of just scream. Oh, wait a minute. And he's going to scream, "Earl was there."
How so?
He screams it in common.
He's just screaming.
It's
In
just
fact,
gonna
I think he's
pop you in the stomach and make you stop screaming. He's gonna
in
just
fact, I think he's like,
he just pushes.
This is a very dangerous forest.
Yes,
and
Lish
might
is
be
like-
attracting attention.
Lish is gonna
yeah,
like
you
smack
know.
you in the gut basically with his nose to like knock the air out of you a bit, make you stop doing that.
Yeah, he was like not looking at anyone. He was actually looking up, kind of. And then upon being smacked with Lish, he goes, "Whoa." And just kind of, he doesn't, but he kind of curls over Lish a little.
That's fine. He'd rather have you using him as a comfort animal than screaming in the fucking forest in the middle of the night.
Scream into your local druid like a pillow for therapy.
Yeah,
It's what he's
I'm
there
gonna go
for.
I'm gonna go as far as to say that his face is now buried in Lish.
Great. Good.
When Levy asks her question, which was shit.
She said how so? Like, how was he there? Like,
Yeah, that's what it's like. I remembered it and I was like, oh, I could branch off that, and then I fucking forgot it. Okay, now I got it. Thank you. How was he there? Tobias will add on to that by saying, did you see him there? Like, do you know it was? And slightly bridging off of the earlier question that Levy had asked, or had the topic that Levy had brought up prior, saying we don't know who is giving these premonitions and stuff like that. Tobias will also ask, do you know for certain that it was Errol, that this was a message from Errol? Like, did you physically see Errol in the dream beside you, or there, or?
was he speaking to you? Was he warning you?
Yeah.
Lish, you can tell that Eirran is screaming into you.
It's so much more muffled. It's great. This fluff is good for one thing, and it's scream catching.
scream catcher. And he's going to take a few moments of that. And then he'll turn his face up a bit so he can be heard and say, I recognize my own. Oh shit. One sec, I need to get resituated.
Tech problems? Probably tech problems.
Maybe
Felix
batter.
Ratty, I love him.
I was just about to say I love the rat.
That's soot, right?
Rat break. This is ashes.
Ashes, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, soot's the white one, right?
Yeah, so it's the smaller one that's hooded. This is ashes, my big boy, my chunky little man. Look at this tummy.
Aw.
Whoa.
Looks kind of like Remy from Ratatouille, if albeit
Yeah,
less
check it.
blue.
Stubbs getting.
We're having a rat break. While Aaron's screaming.
Okay, Devin's back. Hello.
Sorry about that.
Oh, that's what you meant by resituated. Okay.
Yep. And he's going to say, yeah, I recognize my own ancestor. And
But did you physically see him there? Like, did you see him physically standing before you?
he was there. And
No one is denying that he is there, Eirran. We're just asking location.
We just want to know how he was there. We need specifics. Again, you're not giving us much to work with. Eirran, you have to trust us.
Eirran, we're
And
not
he's-
trying to pull out your teeth. We're just trying to understand and figure out how best to help you.
he's
Not all of
gonna
us
make
are.
eye contact with Levy. And he's crying now. And he's going to say, I was Arlt in the dream. And
Was that so hard?
and even if the person sending us these dreams is malicious in some way, Toby's people were attacking Arld, and that is good enough for me. Even if I'm being told this information for bad reasons, it is true, and any enemy of Arld's is an enemy of mine.
This seems to be
Oh.
ancient history.
It, to me, almost sounds as if you're viewing a memory of Arald's past. If you were Arald.
Yes, I believe I was.
Which means believing that the tribe is dangerous now, that's baseless conjecture based upon what we have seen so far.
And yeah, he's screaming again. The tribe is dangerous.
The tribe has helped us. Regardless of your presence, if they don't like your people so much, why would they help us?
Can enemies not feign friendliness?
Eirran, if Esmeralda
They
was
not-
feigning friendliness, then why would we have come this far?
And if they were, why would they feign
Because we-
friendliness with their own person here? Would they not try to take Toby away from us to protect him?
Wouldn't
Like, you're trying
Oaksy
to
have
take us
left
away
me
from
to
them
die in
protect
the
us?
woods all those years ago if he was feigning friendliness?
He's
That him raising me from childhood was all a lie?
you've said you, and he's starting to hyperventilate at this point. He's gonna turn to Toby and say, you said that C doesn't, you said that you feel no special kinship with the tribe. Perhaps I do not accuse C, but I also don't think he has to speak for them.
I also do not condone condemning an entire tribe that we know little to nothing about. What you are speaking of, Eirran, is ignorant. You are basing your entire belief on this tribe on a potential, or not a potential, on a vision of your ancestors' past. We don't know why you've seen it, why you were shown it. That does not mean that we can just label them all monsters and walk away.
I know as much as I need to. I know that they opposed Harold. I mean, yeah. What
Are they in the dream?
Or Oopsie, what if?
So because that this tribe in the past opposed your ancestor, that means that it is valid for them to die, to be destroyed, because of your selfish ideal that whoever opposes your ancestor is a villain.
Eirran at that just slams his face down into Lish.
Lish is like, ow.
Yeah, it hurts. And he's just screaming into Lish.
Time changes
in fact, he's like grabbed Lish and he's like shaking Lish with him while he
Okay, if Eirran starts doing that, Lish is going to fucking pull away from you and knock you to the ground and just pin you to the floor because he is not going to be manhandled by you like that.
In that case, Eirran is now writhing on the ground, screaming in Celestial.
Levy's going to cast Comprehend Languages.
Oh, fuck.
Thank you.
I think Dove was prepared for
She's
this.
had it up to here. She's sitting here like she's sitting here like, I respect your culture and its respect for its ancestors and all of that, but holding dead people's grudges is clearly not doing you any fucking favors, and we need to know what's happening so you don't get to just say everything in Celestial and have us not understand it. Fuck you.
Nice.
Lish is lying down on you and just holding you on the ground.
Okay, so Eirran, you are
here.
being pinned by a giant puppy dog. What are you saying in Celestial?
Oh boy. Okay, let's see. Because they're so then I mean what else could you do? They were attacking people. That's what you do when someone attacks someone. You have to you have to stop them. So of course, and they're an enemy. There's someone bad. There's someone not to be trusted. And that means I'm not supposed to trust them because you're right. Of course you're right.
Levy is kind of going to straighten up, kind of very much reeling and taken aback, and of course she's not going to hide the fact that she just cast a spell. And she's going to and he, like, not gonna fucking lie, he sounds like how her mindset is when she's like having a psychotic break. Not an episode, a break.
Tobias
So
is just gonna nervously ask her, "Do you know what he's saying?"
she's going to turn to him, and she looks visibly worried and like upset, and she's going to say, I almost wish I didn't, but yes. We need, and she's going to lower her voice because she doesn't like speaking about Eirran like he's not there. But she's going to say, we have to get him calmed down. He's not, clearly he's not well right now. We have to do something. Otherwise, this is just going to escalate. As much as we need the information, we're not going to get it out of him in this state. Much less accurately. I don't even know what he said, how much of the truth he has given us. Especially when his judgment is very clouded. We don't know what filter the truth is coming through. He needs to calm down and start speaking objectively, and that's just not going to happen right now.
I have a scarf. I'm going to hold up my scarf. If we need him to stop speaking.
I think Lish
Wait.
Demir a little bit like
She's suggesting that we tie him up.
gag him.
Gag him because he's screaming.
Every time Eirran
No.
keeps trying to like scream, like Lish is like like bats it at him, like stop. No. Bad.
Eirran does not seem to know that Lish is there, and that does not change it.
Oh boy.
Puts wolf paw in mouth.
Making this amount of noise in the middle of the woods is not a good idea. Not here.
I could turn him into something quieter.
I think we just need to get him out of here.
I agree, but
A couple of us should go back to camp, gather up our things.
Mhm.
A couple of us stay with Eirran.
I'm
Okay.
staying
Start
with
leaving
Eirran.
out.
Before we leave, though, Tobias, do you want to say any final goodbyes to Osi? Because I think there's something I need to ask him.
I've already said what needed to be said to OC.
All right.
And at this point, we need to focus on getting Eirran,
All right.
on helping him.
Mhm. Okay. Should we go back then? I don't know how we'll get Eirran back there when he's like this, and it's sad to see him like this.
part of the group is going to stay in the woods with Eirran, preferably moving him farther away, either to actually probably better to stay with him here, and then a couple members of our group go back to camp, gather up our things, we meet back up, and then we start heading towards our next destination.
I think that we should drag him back to camp, I say to Demir.
I don't imagine that's a good idea.
These people have treated us with nothing but kindness and respect.
Lish is suggesting we bring him back to camp.
Absolutely not. That will make him worse.
Could confront his problems.
He's not in the mental state to do so.
It's really not going to help. He might lash out at somebody, and then who knows what will happen at that point.
We could learn something more
Reminder that we can't actually understand Lish.
I know, he's talking through Demir, I assume.
Yeah, Demir is translating.
Okay, Demir's translating. Answers are what I want to see OC for. We know that Errol was in Eirran's dream. We know that it might have been in the past. I want to know if OC knows anything about this.
Someone
Or
should-
Esmeralda, or perhaps even the Archdruidess.
The
Someone
Archdruidess
should
would
ask
probably
the
know.
Archdruidess. I think that Eirran should talk to her.
Does he look in a state to talk, Lish?
Does
I
it-
also don't want to put her in potential danger.
We don't know what's happening right now. So
And
I agree that perhaps the
You
best
could
idea
bring the
is to keep Eirran away
Archdruidess
from
to
camp.
us. Could bring the Archdruidess to us. I can just lay on him forever.
If she asks to see him, I will take her there. But other than that, I think it would be better to just ask her directly. That's my plan anyway. Is anyone going back with me?
I'm staying with Eirran. I'm going to do my best to calm him down.
Please do. I may not have
Lish.
said much, but it does pain me to see him like this.
Lish, would you be willing to stay with Eirran to make sure he doesn't leave?
You're muted.
You're muted.
Kenzie, you're muted.
Plenty of ways to make sure he doesn't leave.
Without,
Everybody's got 50 foot of rope.
without restraining him or harming him in any way. I would like to not destroy our trust with him.
Lish
Levy's like nodding. She's kind of giving Lish this look of like, no, no, because
person.
she
Bad dog.
knows that
Bad
those are the ways
dog.
to make it worse.
what, drag him back to camp?
She knows that all of this is the way to make it worse because she's been here, done that.
I mean, what is Eirran doing right now? Is Lish's like paw on face? Like,
My guess is probably still screaming, but it'd be best coming from Dove.
No, yeah, that is a correct guess. Yeah.
I think something more than just letting him lie here, screaming into the evening.
It's morning.
Into the night.
It's morning. The sun has risen.
Whatever. To the light of day. Doesn't.
How about we well, you guys go.
At this point, those of you with higher wisdom scores kind of hear something of a rustling nearby.
Yeah, it's also not a good idea to keep him out here with a bunch of like creatures and stuff around.
We don't have much of a choice, though. That's the thing.
We can drag him back in time to a tree and keep him just outside of camp.
Well, he's not a fucking animal. He's a person.
Yeah, but he's gonna get eaten by an animal if you leave us alone in the woods.
Can you both calm
together.
down, please?
Arguing isn't
Can I make
helping
a perception check for the rustling?
Yes.
Please do.
Please.
Go for it.
All right. That's not great. That's a 13.
That's fine. It sounds more like a person anyway. And as you come to this conclusion, Esmeralda comes through the bushes and she's looking at you all like you're insane. And
Oh, fuck,
she
oh, fuck,
says,
oh, fuck.
"What the fuck are you all doing? Why are
I
you
would
out
love
here
to answer
screaming?
that for you.
Just
Why are you sitting on him like that? What is going on?"
can we just split the group so I can try and get him calm enough for him to stop screaming into whatever?
Think so, Lish. I think still.
What's going on?
We're having
Maybe
a bit.
Lish, stay with Eirran. Hawk, Demir, Let's go back to camp and get our things.
Well,
I'm sorry, Esmeralda.
well, most folks are worried. I mean, that one started screaming so early in the morning, and then you all ran off into the woods. We were concerned that something was going on.
Something is going on, but it's a little lengthy to explain.
It's just
Let's
a personal
already get
thing.
moving.
Yeah.
Tobias
Personal
is
thing,
gonna
so-
shuffle or herd Esmeralda, Demir, and Hawk back towards the camp. Basically, just get everyone moving. Just
So,
get this
so
fucking over.
we're not about to be attacked then.
Not that we know of
Okay.
at the moment.
Okay.
This is taking place on the walk.
Like you're kind of showing her, and she's kind of like looking back at like Lish sitting on Eirran, and she's really confused, and she's like, "Well, I hope everything's all right.
If
I'll,
you want,
I'll tell the others that we don't have to be on high alert, I guess."
right. If you do want to know more, I'm going to tell the Archdruidess about this because she may have answers that we need about what's going on.
The Archdruid has stepped out.
Oh,
She's trying to reestablish some of the protections we had a long time ago.
okay. In that case, do you have any idea who would know the most about your tribe's history?
And I mean, we all know to an extent. Is there something I could help you with?
Well, so Eirran had this dream. He works closely with the spirit of one of his ancestors, from what I understand. And this ancestor of his sent him a vision, or so he says. And in this dream that he had, he was apparently under attack by your people, the lycanthropes. We don't know. He hasn't been very clear with us. He seems to think that you're all a source of great danger, and the rest of us, frankly, don't believe that at all. It's hard to understand
What we're
why he came
essentially
to this.
asking, Tobias is going to cut in. What we're essentially asking or wondering is if there was ever a point in time when lycanthropes had past encounters with a celestial tribe or individuals hailing from celestial blood.
Aaron's people.
Well, I don't know much about Aaron's people or where he came from, but beyond what you all have talked about while we are on the road together. But you do know that this is my tribe's ancestral homeland, here in the Adai forest. But long time ago, we were driven out by a different tribe, at which point we relocated to the North Elisar forest.
Do you know any other details about that specific tribe that drove you out? It wasn't another lycanthrope tribe, was it?
Not to my knowledge, no. Our tribe was established here in the Adai forest centuries ago, long time ago. And this is where we came from. And she kind of like looks around at the forest as she's talking. And a long time ago, we we were driven out by, according to the stories, it was a different tribe from the tundra to the north. And great many battles took place and many people died, both sides of the conflict, but our numbers were dwindling to the extent that we had to leave. And as I said, we moved to the North Elisar forest and tried to lick our wounds, rebuild our civilization, potentially open our arms to new lycanthropes who wished to find community among us. And once a year, we'd send someone back north to ensure that the temple continued to exist as a source of power for the forest and to help protect it. But I mean, you know that people started to disappear, and that's why I eventually ran into you guys, because I was going to investigate why people were disappearing. And well, she kind of gestures at the statue remains that could not be returned to their flesh and blood form.
Right. Well, we can't know for sure if that was Eirran's tribe, but that is still helpful. It's good to know.
Thank you again for helping us, Esmeralda, and I'm sorry for the trouble we've caused you.
According to the history of the tribe, I believe I mentioned before, there's a powerful creature that is supposed to be the chosen of Sylvanas that lives in the Adai forest. This creature had discovered a fiend of some sort defiling the forest and put my people at risk, causing many of them to be slaughtered. This creature, the chosen of Sylvanas, was unable to defeat the fiend itself. So it put something of a sealant on the forest, so that at the very least, the fiend couldn't leave to destroy us or harm any other folks in the area.
Do you know anything about what the fiend was?
Not offhand, but to my knowledge, it made something of a mockery of my tribe, of my culture. I'm sorry I can't be more help. I'm not a historian. I'm a fighter.
And that's helped us much more than you'll ever know.
Besides the information that you've given us already, it's better than nothing. It's far better than nothing.
You've already been such a big help. Thank you.
Of course.
Take care of yourself, and if possible, keep an eye out for Oaksy for me.
Of course. Some of our crafters are already talking about trying to create a prosthetic leg for him. But I don't know what's going on with the screaming and yelling, but I really do hope everything's all right. And I count you all as friends. And, I've never really been good with this sort of stuff. So if she
That's completely understandable.
thinks for a moment, and then Druid crafts some bright blue dandelions, like the kind
Ooh.
that you guys left in the burned house to cover the trapdoor,
Aw.
and hands them to you guys.
How many are there? Just out of curiosity.
One for everyone.
Okay, that's sort of what I thought. Hawk like counts them out and he's like, I'll be sure to pass one out to everyone.
Mira is going to take hers and stick it in her hair.
Tobias will do the same as well.
Hawk doesn't have hair. Sad face.
Give it to Biog. She can hold it for you.
I
True.
was about to say Biog.
Yep. Hey, are you all planning on returning to camp for a bit, or are you gonna go out in the woods to scream some more? I know
Eirran
you all
is-
were having plans to.
Yes, we did have
Head
plans to
north.
leave.
I
The rest of
believe now
us would
is gonna
love to
be-
return and give our goodbyes where we still need to, but
I believe now
Eirran
is the
is-
best time for us to leave this place.
yes, he's not in the best state to come back here.
All right. Well, that's too bad. Well, I express my goodbyes to him. It's been a pleasure traveling with you all.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Once again, if you need my help in the future, just let me know, and I'll see what I can do.
Hopefully you can find a way to be in better contact, but I suppose there's always Ophsi's half of what's that thing called, Tobias?
it's a sending stone, yes.
Okay.
Oh, that's been DM. It's a sending stone, yes.
Sending stone.
It is
Yeah.
a sentence.
It is a sending stone.
Hawk just didn't know that because he's baby.
So if we said goodbyes to Esmeralda and stuff, we're gonna
Yeah.
put together
I'm
our
in my
stuff
mind,
and,
Hawk's sort of been gathering up what little he actually unpacked while talking.
yeah, true. We're probably gathering stuff while we're talking.
Oh yeah.
Like mostly Demir's stuff.
So once that's all gathered up,
Just a
make
tent
sure
and
we didn't leave
everything.
anything behind.
She has
One
to get
bedroll.
dressed.
Oh yeah,
She's
she was
still
still in
in
her
her
like
pajamas.
sleeping robes.
She's been in her pajamas this whole time.
Uh,
But once we've got everything together and stuff, we will return back to Eirran, Lish, and Levy in the woods.
Oh boy,
What's he
oh
doing?
boy, oh boy, oh boy. All right. So while everybody's away and Lish is being Lish, oh, don't get me wrong, I love Lish, but right now he's being a little bastard.
He's just trying to get Eirran to shut up.
Well,
He won't stop
I'm assuming
screaming.
Eirran is still not responding to outside stimuli. Awesome. Let's do some inside stimuli. Maybe he's gonna use telepathy
she's
And she's
got
going-
that?
to say that came out very wrong. Shut up. No, I was gonna gloss over it, but shut up. Now I need to shut up. In the brain. Thank you. Stop it. But
What-
she's going to
What
Yeah.
does Levy's telepathy
It's once a
sound
day.
like? Yes. What does it sound like in Eirran's head?
probably honestly just her speaking voice, but a little bit less like I don't know. It's definitely coming from the inside
Okay.
and not the outside. It's
Is
not
there like echoey? Is it is she whispering or just
she's just talking to him. She's trying to be soothing. But at the same time, again, like gentle but firm. She's definitely going to she's just going to say, Eirran, I understand your distress, but screaming in the middle of the woods and having a fit really isn't going to help anything. It's not going to solve any of the problems.
His eyes dim a little, and he stops screaming for a sec. Just like...
She's gonna kind of like stand over him and look down at him, and her hands are on her hips, and she looks a little like, "Are you done? Are you done?" Like that's the look she has on her face.
Levy.
Are you ready to speak with us and speak rationally and take what we have to say into account? You can take a long moment if you need it. I just need you to be upright and coherent and breathing like a normal person. We need to not be freaking out so that we can deal with whatever is going on. And you need to be willing to hear us out, especially considering the fact that these are Toby's people. And they are important to him. Just as your ancestors are important to you. And she's saying all of this out loud now. She only gets like one telepathy thing a day.
He's not screaming anymore, and he's going to grab his head and nod along to what Levy says, and start crying a lot harder.
Lish, do you think you could let him sit up?
Lish is gonna give him a big lick across the face and kind of flop over to the side of him, just kind of lying down there next to him so he can kind of keep his face by his face, but is no longer restraining him.
Eirran will put his arms behind him and just start pushing himself up.
Levy's going to then sit next to him instead of looming over him like a disappointed mom. And she will put like her arm like kind of around his waist, like behind him. Just like it's like a light touch, so like if he needs or wants to pull away, he can, but like she's there.
Yeah, he'll like feel that, but he won't really do it.
Okay. You can talk when you're ready, and you can say it in whatever language you want. I've cast comprehend languages because you weren't making any sense.
He's gonna, you're in Celestial. Leave it to you to be able to understand.
I heard what you were saying, and I've been in your place before. More times than I care to admit. And the only thing for it is to let the good people around you help. You have to be here with us, not in the past with people who are dead and gone.
He's not, I mean, you're telling me something, and he's gonna twist side a bit and say, and you're telling me another.
While the past has its place, it is the past. And the here and now is what matters, well, here and now. What do you know? What have you experienced, Eirran? That's what should be taking precedent for you. While the past is a great guide and your ancestors are undoubtedly wise, they have made their own mistakes and they are fallible.
Okay. Let me say, not Arnold.
Yes, Arnold. Nobody is perfect, Eirran. I understand how hard it is to realize that the person that you have trusted most and who has meant the most to you isn't entirely this amazing golden-hearted person. Mine left me. I understand, Eirran.
He can't.
And that doesn't mean that he's a bad person and you shouldn't trust him or anything, but you do have to make your own judgments based on what you have seen and experienced for yourself. You have to think for yourself, Eirran.
Okay. But, all right. No, I'm trying to figure out how to play this. Okay. No, but I know she doesn't understand. You've never done the yes, of course. I mean, you're wild. I'm you. You're the spirit of the tribe. No, of course not. Nothing's gonna change my mind. No, this conversation has stopped including you, at least for the moment. And I wouldn't hurt you. I know you'd never lead me on. Of course. I don't know where most of them went, but I'm here. I haven't come back, and I'm not going to. Oh no, God, no! You've never forgiven me anything but good advice. I understand. And he's turned to Levy. We're talking to Levy now. Yeah, God, it's fun. This is a conversation with 3 people.
But one of them can't hear the third.
Yep. But you cannot hear anything that's happening in here. Okay. I understand the point you're making. After all, actually, Eirran, how much of a bitch are you?
You about to piss me off? Because I swear to God.
Group's gonna fucking come back and leave. He's got Eirran pinned to the ground, like, say that again. It's like, would you?
Say that to my face and not online, you little shit.
Everyone comes back with holding like dandelions. Hey, oh.
Levy snapped and she's strangling Eirran and Lish is just sitting there like, he probably deserves it.
Lish just watching, like, yeah, this might as well happen. Get him, girl.
Palms. Okay, that was enough of a little shit wall. But not enough for the big bad, he could have said. I understand the point you're making, and it's good counsel, but you make mistakes too.
And
What
everybody makes mistakes, Eirran. That's my point.
Yes. So what reason have I to trust this conclusion you're coming to trust your counsel right now?
I literally just said the same exact thing about your ancestor, and then he interrupted and got into your head, and I heard everything you said back to him, and I don't like what it's implying about how he treats you. Eirran, you're not stupid. You don't need everybody to tell you what to do and how to think. All I'm asking is that for once you listen to your own counsel, as well as the people around you. And the ancestor spewing hateful things about people who have been nothing but kind to you and your friends here in the present. Is that really such a terrible idea?
Fuck.
And to be clear, she's kind of turned a little bit, and she's kind of crouching. She's no longer sitting. She's kind of crouching and kind of getting into his face. Like, I'm here. I'm speaking to you. I am physically right in front of you, and you better not fucking go away again.
I do have my own ideas and my own conceptions of things.
Then what are they? Because all I've been hearing so far is what Arlt has to say. And while I respect that, I'm currently not respecting the way that that I suspect he's speaking to you in your own head. Because he clearly doesn't have that much respect for you.
Damn!
She's been there. She's done it. No.
Got the t-shirt. But
she didn't even get a t-shirt.
She didn't.
All she got was a bunch of bullshit.
They don't even have t-shirts.
They didn't even have t-shirts. Not even a poster. Come on.
Yes, but they're stupid. He doesn't tell me what I have to do, but he tells me what's the thing to do. He was much better than I do, and he doesn't. It's not like he wants to put me down. It's just that I'm wrong so often. And he's an elder. I have respect for him. You're supposed to.
Respect doesn't mean subservience.
And he's
respecting him doesn't have to mean that you don't trust yourself, Eirran.
I don't deserve trust.
And she's gonna hug him. She's going to tuck his face into her neck, and she's going to hold him.
You don't know what I've done.
And that's only because you won't tell us anything. I do trust you, but I can only trust what I know about you, Eirran. And what I know is that you have a kind heart. And a lot of guilt. Clearly.
I don't want you to know. Maybe.
Well, what about when the time comes that we all need to know? Or if it's too late and you didn't tell us?
Maybe.
You don't trust yourself. Trust us. We've been with you through what? For how long?
DM.
You guys have been as a group for like almost a month now.
And a lot of shit has happened so far anyway.
Yeah.
Almost a month. Levy, I don't think you don't trust me. I don't not trust you. But I love you. And I don't yeah. And you don't know everything about me. And if you did, you wouldn't trust me. You shouldn't trust me. And I'm selfish, but I don't want you not to.
Eirran.
I don't want to lose you. I don't want to lose them.
Lish gives the biggest harumph from the floor to that, and kind of like from the ground just kind of like noses at Levy, like, go on, get him.
Oh my god. You know what? If he's gonna nose at her, one of her arms is gonna come out and she's gonna fucking bring him into this group huddle.
I was kind of picturing that he'd already like curled up behind you guys and you were kind of using him like a backrest for this whole conversation. So
she's going to pet him then because she's a little shaken up, but she's here.
Yeah, that's where I am. He's offering emotional support and just waiting with bated breath for Eirran to say the damn thing that he's been saying to say.
All right.
I'd probably say that it's around this point that the rest of the group who had gone back to the temple to pack is returning.
All they see is like this pile of people on the ground.
Like, honestly, it's like Demir is like coming back and she sees this pile on the ground and she's just gonna kind of like do a casual heel turn and kind of like hook her arm into Tobias and like, oh, we should check over there.
Clearly we're having a breakthrough.
She is also going to grab Hawk on her way out.
I was just about to say that, like, when they reach the edge and like seeing stuff, Tobias has a bit of a summer expression, but he sees like there's a breakthrough going on. Demir takes his arm and he goes, "Ah, yes," and then he goes and hooks his arm in Hawk's and just pulls him away as well. He's just like, "We're walking this way now.
Go over here now."
Not interrupting this one. I presume they weren't exactly being stealthy, and the at least like Lish and or Levy like heard them just go, nope.
I imagine like as they turn and stuff, it's just kind of like an indication of, we'll be back later.
Yeah.
We'll give you your moment.
Well, and he does not notice that they showed up at all. I've ruined lives. I've killed people. don't want you to see that side of me.
That sigh was her. She's just like, she's like, well, you've already told me that you've done all these terrible things. And yet here I am.
We've seen people on our journeys that I don't even know, that I've never met, whose entire lives my actions have ruined.
And Eirran, pray tell, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to Lish just like I'm just in my brain. Lish just put his head in like somebody's lap and is staring at Eirran with like laser eyes intensity.
Just is like the exact same like question that he asked in the fucking temple. Like, what you gonna do about it?
Legit. She's literally just going to be like, are you going to keep all of this in forever and do nothing about it and remain this wayward life destroyer who just lets it haunt him, or are you going to do your utmost to right the wrongs that you have committed? Because the Eirran that I have come to know would do everything in his power to fix to the fullest extent of his ability and the ability of those helping him, provided he lets people help him, to put things as right as possible.
I was running for so long, and I just decided certainly the first things I can do, I go back to tribe and start making things right. And there's so much more harm that I've caused than I knew when I left, than I knew when I realized I was a bad person and ran.
And what has running gotten you?
I don't know how I can fix everything. I want to get better, but what if it's broken past the point of being able to be fixed?
You're not going to know that unless you try. It could very well be something that you can do something about, Eirran. There could be people waiting for you to come back with help, Eirran. I know that not knowing is so scary. I understand. I understand the fear. And she's actually going to kind of pull away and like shuffle between a little bit with her hand, and she's going to pull out the letter to Poet, and she's going to like show it to him, and she's going to be like, I understand the fear of not knowing and not wanting to know, because what if knowing just makes things worse? But if there's anything that all of you, our group of wild roses, has done for me, it's maybe brave. I want to open this letter. But you need to confront your things first. I will have my turn later. So I'll make you a deal. You tell us everything. You tell us what's going on. And we deal with it. You will have our help and trust and support, so long as you give us the chance to grant it to you. And when everything is as squared away as it possibly can be, I will let you fulfill your promise to help me find my lost person. And she's gonna tuck the letter away.
Thank you. I know that can't have been an easy thing for you to have said. And yes, I accept that. That is, I accept that. Oh. And you're gonna be, even if I tell a story that I am the villain of.
Of course. It's not like you'd be a different person. You've been Eirran this whole time. We just haven't known this thing about you.
I've been an Eirran that I've been the Eirran that you don't know that about. I don't know. I'm definitely not ready to be the Eirran you do know that about, but I guess. But I don't know that I'll ever be. What else is there to do?
Then let's wait for everybody to come back. And she's actually gonna turn her head and like press a little smooch to like the side of his head, like, and kind of like sigh and like kind of like pet his hair and shit, just to get him to like settle down a bit more, since the others haven't like come back the second time.
Did you guys come back, or are you vibing?
What are Demir, Toby, and Hawk doing?
Yeah.
Now that I'm back, we've probably been heading back for a while. If you hadn't
Well,
just arrived.
Well, you
Mackenzie's
arrived
got her own
back
ideas,
a little
though.
bit ago, saw that shit was going down, and turned around and noped away for a little bit.
Oh, I
imagine we
see.
probably didn't go very far, like out of sight. But if we were within hearing distance, at least we could wait until they stopped talking to peek back in, see if they were okay.
Yeah, Demir wouldn't have gone out of hearing range. Just giving them the privacy of stepping behind a bush or two.
Okay, cool. So you are able to come back without any real trouble then.
And Eirran will fucking notice y'all this time. I swear to God. And kind of like flinch back a little, but smile, like jiggly, smile like, hey, welcome back.
Well,
Are you feeling all right?
are you going to stop screaming?
And he's going to say in Celestial, Yeah, I think I'm now, and then realize that he's still talking in Celestial, and the rest
It's
of
like
the
nudging him, like,
rest of
bro,
the
you're
group
still,
can-
you're not speaking common.
yeah, and then be like, yeah, I'm feeling better now. Thanks.
I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, go ahead if you're gonna say something.
no, that was in character. Eirran will just fucking stop talking. If years till we start.
Well, we gathered up all our things, so we're ready to start heading out now.
Levy still needs to gather her things, as far as I'm aware.
No, we gathered the whole party
You
stuff.
gathered
Oh, we
her
gathered
stuff for
everything.
her.
I wasn't.
Yes.
I wasn't aware of that. I'm sorry.
No,
You gathered
Toby
every
Hawk
other
and
thing.
Demir got
She
everything.
just left behind her
Okay.
bedroll.
You
We got it.
gathered everyone's things. You said goodbye to Esmeralda.
Okay.
Gave you
I
dandelions,
wasn't
and
aware
you
of
headed
that
out.
because I am dumb. So
Demir probably like very briefly said something to a couple of the older like tribes members, like, yeah, we're headed out. You're probably not going to be attacked, so like it's fine, but you know, like keep your eye out. It's a dangerous forest,
Like-
that kind of stuff.
Specifically, the old people or the warriors of the tribe.
Whoever looks like they are most in charge.
Okay. Yeah, there are a few people who look pretty combat worthy. There's you approach the half orc that was the friend of Esmeralda, Ulfin Heavy Axe. You approach an older dwarf man, clearly a seasoned warrior, and then the sort of feral looking Firbolg woman. And you sort of tell them and they help to spread the word.
Yeah, just kind of like, you know, we're headed out. Be careful, be safe. You're probably not going to be attacked. Sorry about the rude awakening.
Okay.
That's just kind of general stuff, like nothing special.
Cool.
And Demir's just kind of go look at Levy, Lish, and Eirran and just be like, well, where are we headed?
Levy's going to
North? South?
Levy's going to stand up and kind of like gently bully Eirran into also standing up.
Yeah, he'll do that.
But she'll leave she'll stand next to him and leave a hand on his arm for moral support, and then nudge him with her elbow that's kind of behind his back and go like go on. Tell him.
I'm gonna say, I think it's you, but I think I owe guys a story or an explanation, I guess.
By all means. And Demir is just going to sit down, crisscross applesauce, and just kind of like, please do tell.
And he'll motion to the rest of the group to also sit with Demir.
Hawk starts pulling out bedrolls so we're not just dead ass sitting on the ground.
Are you afraid of a little dirt?
Hawk's not. But Demir probably doesn't want to soil her dress for one.
She got changed into her adventuring gear, so she's like.
She probably doesn't want to
fine
soil her
sitting on the ground.
adventuring gear though.
Tobias is just gonna lean against the tree.
Got blood on my petticoat. He's still gonna pull out bedrolls and like offer them to anyone who wants to use them. He doesn't need one, but he's okay leaning on trees with Toby. Or even just actually no, because Eirran motioned for people to sit, he's actually going to sit.
Demir like kind of waves it off because she does not want to have to pack shit up again. The ground's relatively like it hasn't rained in a while. It's relatively dry.
All right. He started with his bedroll, so he's just gonna pack that away while sitting.
Okay.
Okay.
Ooh. So Aaron's gonna, go over to where Ron is and just, I'm imagining it's, him and then just like crescent of people. Story time. And he's gonna look over at Lish. And
Oh yeah.
yeah, and
He looks at you, and you look at him, and he looks at you, and you look at him.
and just maintaining constant eye contact with Lish, and importantly, not looking at anyone else. He's gonna start talking. All right. So, actually, wait.
With
Yep,
the
he
healthy
is an
dose of
idiot.
prolonged eye contact. Prolonged eye contact.
So, earlier, Toby, you described my tribe as, oh, was that Toby? Was it Hawk? Damn. Anyway,
I
was the
wasn't here for
description?
Hawk to describe anything, so
I think it was Toby.
What was the description of the tribe?
As being like, oh yeah, there was this tribe of Celestials. Did you have any interactions with them?
that was Toby who said that.
That was
Okay,
me.
good. Just
That
double
was-
checking.
That was Toby, but that was with Esmeralda. Oh, right. Eirran was there. Sorry.
No, he wasn't.
He wasn't. He was not.
Yeah,
conscious
it was on the
of
walk back to the
yeah.
settlement.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was
Yeah.
not there.
that. Well, not everyone in my tribe is well, I guess a lot of people are part Celestial, but not everyone in my tribe is an Azamar. Not everyone in my tribe is like me. It's actually pretty special to be one. Every generation there is an Azamar born, tracing all the way back up. And he's just gonna audibly stop there and then start a new sentence. And whoever the Azamar is in generation is who the next leader is going to be. Ever since I was a child, I knew that when I came of age, I would lead the tribe. And so I trained for that. I learned all of the right ways to do things, all of the ceremonies. actually, yeah, okay. He's actually going to take off his shirt now and say, I learned the yes, exactly.
I'm a monster.
I learned the meaning behind all of our symbols. And he's going to point to his like just under his shoulder and say, this right here signifies that I am a leader, or an eventual one. And yeah, these are, and he's got on his chest, these are family. They all they all mean something. And I did my best to learn everyone in the tribe, to learn all of their ings and families, and what kind of person they are, what kind of issues can concern them, and figure out how he feels about things, what potential problems I might have to deal with, what just anything about them that might be important. And he goes down and rummages in his stuff for a little bit, and then pulls out his diary, and opens it up, spread face, and is like, I've actually recently been doing my best to remember everyone, and I've been writing down all of the names I can think of, and as much about the people they pertain to as I still know, trying to mentally reconstruct the tribe for when we do see them again. And I've I've always tried. I've always done my best at that, but I want to help people. I want to make sure that everyone is happy and cared for, and that no one is in a position of strife or harm or distress.
Something is rubbing against someone's mic.
Ooh.
It's
I'm hearing
making
that
it a little hard
too, but I think all of us are muted.
I think it might be Devin's
Would mean
laptop's rubbing against a button.
Yeah, which would mean it's me. Guess I'll just readjust a little. See if that fixes the problem.
Yeah, if you're like fidgeting, trying to get comfortable while talking, that's probably what's doing it.
All right.
Understandable though. I've had my legs fall asleep way too many times on laptop Zoom calls.
God, yeah. Buttons. Okay.
Okay.
Try to be a bit more static. And I'd love to be one. I'd love it if it were a skill that I had, but I'm no good leader. I tried to memorize all of the things I needed to know, but I'm forgetful. I wouldn't always know them, and when we'd practice rituals, I'd I'd always get them wrong in some way. And when I talk to people, I mess up. I say something wrong, or something that I know I shouldn't have said, and that I don't know how I could have made the mistake of saying. But nevertheless, I mess up somewhere. I ruin that conversation, and I know that I would not make a good leader. I can't keep track of everything, and I can't make everyone happy. So as a child, I was always on of that. I was always, striving to be that and to be good enough. And then I was old enough, and then I wasn't ready, but it was time for me to come of age, for me to start actually eating. And the people and me never, I know no one ever told me that I was that I wasn't going to make a good leader, but everyone knew it. And I guess we're just too polite to mention it. But I knew. Arles knew, and despite his best instructions, I was never really able to live up to that mantle, and never really able to be a good enough leader. So on the day of my coming of age ceremony, I woke up just knowing that I wasn't going to be good enough. And I went anyway. I went over and about my ceremony. One sec, I need to go plug in my computer.
No.
We've lost him.
They're
Steven.
gone
And
forever.
then
There's
lightning
a-
struck Eirran and he died.
Well, there's a pause real quick. I just want to make sure I'm following everything correctly. Sitting in half circle party members, Lockside Lish starts talking. Eirran's tribe is half celestial, but not everyone in his tribe is an Aasimar. Aasimar in their tribe are special. In every generation was born, it links all the way back to the tribe's root. Tradition of Aasimar for that tribe to become leader. Eirran trained from an young age to learn how to do all the ceremonies and stuff. Part of his tattoos signify that he's going to be a leader, while different tattoos on his chest mean stuff relating to his family.
Yeah,
That's what I gathered. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he has two.
The
His
tribe
two family lines.
is tasked with learning things about themselves and like what might be important to know. Eirran's job as a leader is to remember and retain information and stuff, and basically learn everything you can in order to try and prevent bad scenarios from happening. Is that it, or is it everyone in the tribe is given a task and that they are expected to master that task?
Yeah, I think more the latter, though Eirran himself has a lot of focus on the former.
Okay.
He's mainly focused on the like people managing aspect of leading, but yeah,
Okay.
I mean, there is the actual like leading people and making decisions and stuff.
Okay, cool. He was preparing to be a leader for when he eventually returns to the tribe, wants to be one, puts a lot of effort into the memorization of anything that he believes might be needed to know how it is to be a leader, but struggles due to forgetting things, making mistakes, etc. Yeah, and then all that's all recent information. So I think that's about it. Because there was also the aspect of no one in his tribe outright stated that he was making mistakes or being a bad leader, or that he wasn't going to be a good leader and stuff. It was Eirran believing that this is what they think. And that's basically where we're at.
That's about where we're at, yes.
Cool. Just making sure. Because it's a lot of information and I'm like, I want to make sure I get it all actually like accurate and correct and not like mishearing something.
No, yeah.
I can describe the setup of the tribe more in depth later.
Because you've got all of Dove's notes as well as the DM. So if we do miss something that's important that Eirran did tell us about, you could go a little bit more in depth if needed.
Yeah.
Cool.
This character concept was a concept that I had somewhere in the back of my head. And when I wanted Dove to join the campaign, I'm like, here's a bunch of characters I have not used. Pick and choose.
So
boy, is it a great concept.
That is actually really fun.
I'm glad you picked
I should try that
here
if I
and
ever
developed
do
him the way you did, because like literally my idea was like tribe worshipping ancestors with ancestral tattoos. Tattoos are burned off.
Ooh.
Yep.
That's really cool.
That was my concept.
I might have to try that if I ever start a campaign.
Anyway, Eirran was saying.
Yes, let's continue. Sorry.
Yeah. And everyone knew I shouldn't be there. And so we started the ceremony. And the entire time, Harold was talking to me. And telling me that telling me that I wasn't ready yet, and that I hadn't picked up enough on my training, that I hadn't done well enough, and that that what was happening right now was a mistake, and that everyone was just trying to follow the normal rules and the normal customs, even though in this specific case, in my specific case, the normal rules were wrong. And he said that something that this couldn't happen, that I wasn't ever going to be a leader, and that I never could be. Okay. And he's going to, at this point, break out of storytelling mode and turn over to look at Levy and say, and you promise that you'll still be here if I finish this story.
I'll promise that as many times as it takes for you to just tell us. Just come on, Eirran. We're still here after all of that. Come on.
That all of that hurts just my tribe. It's time to start hurting people some of you care about. And then he's going to turn back over to Lish and continue talking.
Super fast, Levy is going to hold his hand.
Yes, precious.
Aww.
It's for moral support.
And Arnold's told me that I was making a mistake, and that him and all the rest of the ancestors would ensure that this mistake was not allowed to happen. That they would all do whatever was in their power to prevent me from becoming a leader.
That's new news.
Yeah, we're getting into the new stuff territory. And oh boy, I get to reveal things now. Nope, I'm not going to say that. So, and he's, for the first time ever, going to like look out to the group and then just snap his head back to Lish. You all know that there was a big old fire that has swept its way through these forests and through these parts. And we have met many people that have been affected by it. In the middle of my coming of age ritual, right before I would have been tattooed, and I'm trying to remember my design. I think it's also a shoulder one, and he gestures a bit lower than his leader mark. Right before I got my tattoo, that would have been here. The ancestors sent a fire to prevent me from becoming leader. And in the ensuing chaos, it's my tribe. I witnessed a tribes member die, and I didn't know what to do. I no longer had a position in the tribe. The sisters did not want me to have one, and I didn't know what else to do. So I ran, and I left them all there to be burned up in the fire that I caused. And I haven't seen them since. And that's as far as I know what happened, because I never fucking went back. And, and I know we're over there, and I have things that I need to do there that I needed to do there a long time ago, that I needed to do after the fire, and that I needed to do before my ritual, and that I've needed to do my whole life, that I haven't done. I've just been running.
Lish is getting up from the ways away that he's kind of sitting, and he's gonna come up closer to Eirran and kind of come and sit around him.
And they've and Arld's still here, and he's stuck by me anyway, and me how I am, and how I'm no leader. I'm never going to be a good leader, but any good person would have at least been back, and any good Azamar would have been a good leader. But no, I was supposed to be leader, and when I finally came into my birthright, they rejected me. And all right, at this time, Eirran is going to activate his necrotic shroud. So, as
That sounds ominous.
yes, I'm glad that that's your reaction to it.
Should Levy and Lish not be touching him?
So
Let's find out.
I'm excited to see what happens.
Oh, no.
So,
Oh.
I will pitch in for the description for this.
Going over to the ancestral part.
Eirran actually does take a step back from Lish and Levy from this. He stands and takes a step back and closes his eyes, and when they open again, they are solid black, and there is no sign of the green glow, and shadows start to cling to his form as two skeletal wings unfurl from his back.
I've been doing so much aesthetic smithing for this, and it's finally fucking happening. All right, so I think that he's probably catching at least Lish and Levy in his area of effect. Is he catching the rest of the group, or is it just those two?
I
How
would
big is the
say
area
probably
of
just
effect?
those two.
Okay.
Well, actually, let me just double check how this works.
It's a 10-foot radius.
Starting at 3rd level, blah, blah, blah.
Put my rat back really fast.
Um,
I will be back in like 10 seconds.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Eyes turn into pools of darkness and two skeletal, ghostly, flightless wings sprout from your back. The instant you transform, creatures within 10 feet of you that you can see must each succeed on a charisma saving throw or become frightened of you until your next turn. That would be the entire group. Because everyone is close to you listening to this story.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So I would like every one of you to make a charisma saving throw.
Hawk's almost guaranteed to fail this because he's got a -1.
And Eirran, the DC is 8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your charisma modifier.
All right. So that's going to be 8.
That's at least 11 because we've got 3 proficiency right now, I think.
So that's a DC 13. Felix,
All
roll
right.
charisma saves.
Okay, he's got like a
It's
decent chance. Then.
Destroying my tapestries. Hang on.
Oh boy.
Kingsley, why?
Naughty boy commits a crime.
Fuck.
You are sentenced to hug jail, young Kingsley Tea Leaf.
Hug jail.
Ooh, and Avery, if I'm not mistaken, does the shirt you're wearing contain another fallen Aasimar?
Does the
shirt you're
what?
wearing contain another fallen Aasimar?
Yes.
Perfect.
Wait, her shirt?
Yep.
Wait, I need to see this. I need to see this. I need to see this.
Yasha.
I can barely make it up, but that's really cool. I didn't know fallen Aasimar were the thing. Jesus, that's awesome. Is it like a? I'm guessing that's not from Crit Roll because I never heard of an Aasimar in Crit Roll, but I
It's
could be
Critical Role.
wrong. It is Crit Roll. Okay.
She's a lesbian and I love her.
Good.
Beautiful.
She collects flowers.
Aw. What was the DC again?
13.
I rolled 13. Is that a pass or a fail?
If it meets, it beats.
Okay, cool. So Huck's actually not afraid. I'm surprised.
Nice.
What are we doing again? I'm so sorry.
Roll a charisma saving
You're rolling a
throw. DC
charisma roll
13.
versus a DC of 13 to not be afraid of Eirran.
18.
Oh, nice.
Libby's like, okay. My brain's
I got a
gonna be worse.
22.
I was gonna say I will be shocked if Demir fails this.
Phoebe's like, that's pretty hot,
Look.
actually.
No, Libby's
I get a-
just like the statues looked worse the night like a couple nights ago. Like, okay.
Look, I get a +8 to my charisma saving throws. So
Jesus
like,
Christ.
Okay, so my potential future boyfriend
Wait,
is like
actually, fucking, I lied. It's a 21. I forgot to do my proficiency modifier. I just put in the straight charisma modifier.
Even better.
What did Toby get?
Toby did not roll well.
Oh,
Oh,
Toby rolled a 5 + 1, so that's a 6.
oh no. What
Lish
about Lish?
Lish also failed.
Really?
So Toby and Lish are the only ones that are fearing the angel.
Oh, that's so interesting. All right.
By
I-
one. He
I like
failed
to
by
imagine
one.
that. I like to imagine that like Huck clinches at first, but he's like, I've seen worse. I've looked in a mirror.
Fuck, babe.
Hawk, please.
He doesn't say that, just like internally.
Still.
All right. So Eirran is standing there, eyes black, just bones coming off with like ghost feathers. And and his shadow, which remember is usually lighter, is bright, is a normal shadow now. Anyway, and I'm taking a bit of dramatic effect, but I'm imagining there's a bit of a like, haunted, creepy echoing when he talks now. And he's going to not scream because he's a bit more aware of his surroundings now, but kind of like scream, be like, this is not supposed to happen. These are these, and he's going to like flap his wings like he's taking off, and just nothing fucking happens. They don't have feathers. And he's gonna be like, these are supposed to work. I am supposed. Yeah, okay. I am supposed to be an angel. And he's going to take a step towards the group menacingly.
I think like the moment he like makes the turn and the wings pop out, Lish's ears have like gone back and he's got that like growly like wolf face, kind of like he's got his teeth kind of bared. He's doing kind of, I kind of have a photo in the chat, just kind of like a little just like tensed up. And the second that Eirran steps forward, he's like pushing like back away from him, and he's moving out towards the tree line.
Because Tobias rolled really low, he's like appears startled, and there is like fear in his eyes because that's what the aura does, is it inflicts fear. And then when Eirran takes a step forward, Tobias takes a step back, seeming very on edge and uncertain.
And Eirran will look at the two of them freaking out, and then over at Levy, and say, see, and then continue. This is rejection. Rejection, my bloodline, from my ancestors. Everyone knows that I shouldn't be. And yeah. And he's also, in addition to, his lovely wings and disturbing eyes, going to rake his hands down his burned and, absolutely destroyed tattoos.
Are you done? And I am so sorry. I am so sorry.
No, you are
But-
so valid.
Oh my god, I love Demir. Jesus
Are you
Christ.
done, Erin? If you think that being a leader means being friends with everyone, then actually maybe your ancestors were right. This angst pile that you built for yourself, this guilt trap that you're in, you've dug your own grave. Are you satisfied? Is this where you want to be?
At the beginning of Demir's speech, Eirran is going to make eye contact with Lish and take like another step forward just at him.
Lish, I think, is like in the tree line of the clearing.
Good.
Like you can kind of like hardly see him, but like he's not getting any closer to you. But like
I don't
he's
think
far
he
enough.
can.
He's far enough away that he can't get closer to you because of the fear effect.
Mhm.
But you moving forward doesn't push him back anymore.
That's valid. I'll just stare at him then. Demonstratively. No, I'm fucking not. I would like to be back in my lovely tribe, in my lovely home, not having ruined everyone. But that having happened, I am currently going back to see if I can fix anything. And I would say that that's where I want to be.
Fine then. And Demir's just going to kind of like turn away and look over towards Lish and just like, will you stop it? And I'm going to see. I'm going to try and use, this is going to be funny. I am going to try and use my Fey Presence on Lish, which it's a low DC, so you might fail, but you gotta make me a wisdom saving throw.
Is it a charm? I can't be charmed.
Oh, fuck, right. God damn it. Never mind, I forgot about that. You're a goddamn elf. Actually, wait a minute. It doesn't say anything about if a creature is immune. It is a charm effect.
I can't be charmed, so if it's a charm effect, then that would be it.
If a spell pierces resistances, it will say that it does.
If it's a charm effect, it won't work because he's an elf right now.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, right now he's a wolf, but
a wolf elf.
A wealth, if you will.
A wealth. You're right.
A wealth of information,
case,
you could say.
I forgot. He's a fucking elf. Yeah, she's just kind of going to be like, fine, and she's just kind of going to turn away and like in Mojave, just kind of like swearing a little and like rubbing her temples and like walking slightly away towards over where Lish is, because like and what she is saying is more or less like these soft-bellied Westerners, like it's a Mojave thing, like basically like these dumbasses don't know anything sort of thing. Like,
oh my god. And Levy still has comprehend languages, so she's because she's totally unaffected by Eirran's like fear thing. She's literally just sitting there like,
how long does comprehend languages last
with the whole spectacle? And she's got her arms kind of folded over her thing, and she's just kind of like,
how long does the spell last?
An hour.
Okay, yeah, you're good.
And she hears Demir, and she kind of snorts because she can understand her.
Yeah, it's just these soft-bellied Westerners, these fucking children.
Stupid.
Stupid. Would never survive a day in the desert.
Oh my god.
As Demir is walking away, Eirran is going to scream at her back. Not all of us become beautiful like you.
Tobias like flinches at the loud scream. He's like,
Demir like stops and spins on her heel and just, will you stop shouting?
Enough. Out of everybody. Enough. Eirran. Put all of that away. It's enough. It's enough.
Eirran's wings just shrop back into his body.
You fold your wings and they disappear, and your shadow lightens again at the same time that your eyes start to glow once more.
You and I need to have another conversation. And it's not going to happen right now. But I do want you and your fucking asshole of an ancestor to know that I think he's full of shit. I don't want to hear anything about it right now.
Aaron rolls his eyes.
Oh, I'm gonna kick his ass so much.
God.
It's time to stop just running away and feeling guilty for something that you didn't do yourself, first of all. And second of all, we're not going to get anything done if we're all bickering and being overly dramatic. Thank you. So how about we all just get our things and start heading in the direction of the things that we need to accomplish.
I would love that very much.
Then you can lead the way. Since you know where we're going.
And he's gonna grab his stuff and like pull his battle axe out of the ground because I'm not sure he ever did that.
Aaron's just been free bleeding since he cut himself earlier.
Oh, totally.
Rip.
He hasn't done anything about that.
So, with Eirran leading the way northward, tensions within the wild roses at a high, we will call session here since it is noon.
Oh man.
Oh my god! That
Perfect
was
timing
such a good
because my laptop is
Hawk
about
still
to
hasn't
die.
Hawk still hasn't doled out the daisies.
Dandelions.
Dandelions. Sorry. I was like, wait, were they dandelions or daisies? They were probably daisies.
Hawk
I
can do
remembered
it
the
like
right
first
thing
thing
first and went,
next
no,
session.
that can't be right.
In fact, please let Hawk do that first thing next session. I think everybody needs a dandelion.
If I remember. I'll
can
try
help.
my best to remember. Everyone needs a flower right now.
But anyway, guys,
This
Thanks for
session
playing.
was something. God.
Oh
God,
my
wasn't it?
god, this is so
I know we
dang
say that every
good.
time, but oh
I-
man.
Holy shit.
don't actually need your guys' help coming up with the title because I already have one in mind.
Oh my god.
So,
Is it called
Sick.
reality check?
nope, you'll see.
I love
Oh,
it.
man.
Thank you for being a wonderful DM.
For
Yeah.
playing, guys.
Thank you.
I didn't have to do much this time
No,
around.
Group.
I am
I
so
swear.
sorry. I am so sorry. When Aaron was
Don't
giving
be.
his little speech, I'm
Listen.
like, I am
Listen.
so sorry for what is about to happen because I know
Listen,
exactly how
Avery.
Demir is going to react. And
Yeah, you're
No.
No, yeah,
Listen,
that is-
Avery. As I
that is how
said in
Demir
Discord
reacts.
chat, Demir and Lish just being awful is exactly what this party needs because we wouldn't get anything done emotionally otherwise.
Well, it was wonderful playing with you all. I gotta go because my battery's at like 5% and it's
Yeah.
technically not charging because my
Yeah.
camera's
Yeah.
down, so
save your battery.
Anyway,
Hey.
thanks
Yep.
for playing, guys.
Have a good one, everybody.
See you next
Thank
time.
you.
Next time.
Yeah, what's the name?
Bye.